Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow. My father would always say, I'm not going to tell you I love you. We're not going to say we're proud of you. And, they never did.
Wow.
But if you need me, I'm there. So what he was saying is like actions speak louder than words. So what they were communicating now as an adult looking at it was, I don't want to say these things and so on because I want to just show you through my actions. And if I dig back a bit more into it, it's just whatever happened to them made it so tough, right? I remember my dad was sick for kind of a long time. And he passed away in February. And about maybe a couple months before that, he pretty much could not move anymore. And he had 24-hour care along with my mother. And then myself, my sister, my brother, auntie. I mean, everybody was helping out for kind of a long time. He's had a high standard of care, but especially my mother. Like, even though he had caregivers, my mother was always there. Like, that was her first priority. He loved us. I know that. He loved my mother. And it was her birthday last year. And I said, oh, Dad, why don't you give Mom some appreciation and tell her thank you? And he's like, she already knows. And my daughter started getting in on it. She's like, come on, Gung Gung. Just tell Nana, thank you and stuff. He's like, all right, she already knows. I told her, she knows. And I said, Mom, do you know? She's a little bit hard of hearing. She's like, know what? He's like, Dad said that, he's thankful for you. Do you know that? And she's like, which is her way of saying like, I mean,
Yes.
kind of. We were giving him a hard time. He's like, you guys are always trying to mess with me. Just stop it already. So he got like all bent out of shape. And then I normally like to give him a hard time because that's just kind of how our relationship. But I remember meditating on it for quite a bit. And then I came back to him the next day and I said, I know that I give you a really hard time on this. He goes, you always give me, I mean, he got triggered on it. He's like, you always give me a hard time on this. You always, I said, I meditated on this one. And I know you love Mom. I know you care. I know you're thankful. I know it. I said, so whatever happened to you that was so painful that you cannot actually express that, I was like, I'm sorry. And then everybody just started crying. Right? I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he instantly snapped out of it and was like, okay, something else. But that's kind of what I see, right? Which is what was so painful that you cannot express to people who are obviously like there and so on, something as simple as thank you or I love you. You know what I mean? I see these things so much more in my life. I said another one, like I was watching my oldest son kind of yell at my daughter and I was like, oh, you sound like your grandfather. My other son goes, no, he doesn't. He sounds like you.
Oh.
And I went, holy crap. You're right.
Wow.
Right? And that's where you see it going from one to the next to the next. And I went, oh my God. And one part of me is like justifying it, saying, well, that's just how it is and so on. And another one's like, dude, that's messed up. We need to do something on this. And it's the constant quandary that I have going on, till kind of today, which is how do we intervene and stop the generational trauma kind of going through and continue the gifts that move through, right? Because you cannot take only the pain, right? I remember my son telling me something like, it's your fault for this and so on. I said, well, okay, I'll take that. Absolutely. I own that. I said, but I also own all the benefit part. So where's that? It's kind of stunned, right? You didn't give me the responsibility for all of the pain. I'll take it. But I want the responsibility in all the other stuff too.
Right.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.